Next, we'll talk about adding numbers, and I'll start by going over some basic definitions. This is stuff you probably already know, but just to be complete, we're going to run through it real quick. If I have a 3 plus 8, I'm adding these two numbers. I use the plus sign right here, and that indicates addition. And this is read as 3 plus 8. So plus means I'm adding or combining. The 3 and the 8, those are referred to as add-ins. The things that are added together are the add-ins. And if I actually add them up and get an answer, 3 plus 8 equals 11, the 11 is the sum. The result of adding two numbers is called the sum. So it's just basic vocabulary. The vocabulary is important in any field. If you want to pick up the Wall Street Journal and read it, the Wall Street Journal is a financial newspaper, and you need to know a financial vocabulary to make sense of it. If you don't understand what stocks and bonds are, or interest rates, or the trade deficit, or things like that, it's going to be difficult to make much sense of what the Wall Street Journal is saying, because every field has a certain vocabulary, and mathematics has a certain vocabulary too. So there are words like this, add-ins and sum, and things like that, that you need to know just to be able to read your math book or look something up. If you want to look something up online trying to find out something, you need to know the vocabulary of whatever it is that you're looking up, and math is no exception. So we'll go over the basic terms as we go along the way. Adding numbers is often represented visually with objects, and in this case we see 3 stars right here plus 2 stars, and those add up to equal 5 stars. And that's a good way to think about it. That's very easy to understand, it's very intuitive, and that fits exactly with our everyday experience. If you have 3 little star stickers or something like that, and someone gives you 2 more, then you have 5 of them. So that's exactly how we experience addition with objects in the real world. Addition can also be represented on a number line. And this is a little more abstract, but it's just as important. In fact, it's very important if you want to do math. The number line and various usages of it become very important for not just for addition, but for graphing and for all sorts of other things, for the study of functions that you'll do later on. The number line or combinations of number lines, very important topic. So I'm going to show you how we represent addition on a number line. First, take a look at the number line. You see the numbers start at 0, and I've got the higher numbers to the right, and the markings are evenly spaced, and there's a 0 point, and the 0 point has a name. It's called the origin. You can write that in. The origin. That's a term a mathematician would typically use instead of calling it the 0 point. But that's typically how a number line is arranged. You don't have to have your numbers getting bigger to the right, although we typically do. Addition can be visualized as movement along the number line. So to represent 5 plus 2 on the number line, we start at 0, and then we move 5, and that puts us there at the 5 at that point. And then the plus 2 means going 2 more to the right. And so we end up at 7. And so this little picture right here tells us that 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So addition means moving to the right on the number line. This other example, 7 plus 1 plus 4. Again, we start at 0. We move 7 to the right. That puts us here at the 7. We move 1 more to the right. That puts us at the 8. And then we move 4 more to the right, and that puts us at the 12. So we can see on the number line that 7 plus 1 plus 4 is equal to 12. Now let's take a look at what we call basic addition facts. And this is an addition table, and hopefully you memorized something like this back in 2nd grade or something like that a long time ago. But I'm just bringing this up here to point out the importance of knowing this. This is a table that shows what numbers add up to what. You can pick any number on the top row here and any number in the first column there. Say I pick the 3 and the 2, and I go where this row or that column and that row intersect, and you see the 5 right there. This 3 plus this 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. And any two numbers can be added that way. You can see 4 plus 1 is 5. Or 2 plus 4 is 6. You just combine the rows, or find the point where those rows and where that row and that column intersect, and that gives you the number. Now, you hopefully have done this, like I said, a long time ago. The point I want to make now is that you should know all of these numbers. You should have it memorized from your table going all the way out to 10 columns and all the way down to 10 rows. So any number between 0 and 10, or from 0 to 10, you should be able to add to any other number from 0 to 10, and you should be able to just produce an answer from your brain just like that. If I say 9 plus 6, you should think 15. If I say 8 plus 2, you should think 10. 7 plus 3, 10. 10 plus 5, 15. All of these you should know and be able to recall instantly. If you can't do that, then you need to write out this addition table and memorize it and study it and drill it until you can do that quickly and effortlessly.